Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and welcome to episode 14 of my F1 2017 Williams Career Mode Season 2. So, now we have some new upgrades from the car, which we did, I believe, upgrade 2 races ago. And I saw that it was going to be finished at the Singapore Grand Prix. It's finally finished now. And we have some more frown downforce, which we definitely need for our car. We think we're last in the standings in that section. But yeah, without further ado, let's go to the first practice session of the Singapore Grand Prix.
Welcome to the Marina Bay circuit in the heart of Singapore. The rain is falling for the start of today's practice session, making life much more difficult for the teams than they may have anticipated.
So these are the sessions, the practice programs that we did across practice 1 and practice 2. Most of them were purple, just a few with Sailing One was pretty difficult to do. I was a bit close though, but I really didn't want to waste some more time.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then.
Purple,
here are your top three.
we would have needed.
Bottas and Max Verstappen. That
concludes
an interesting practice session.
That is the end of the
Let's
session.
hope for more excitement
Practice
as the
2,
weekend unfolds.
we got P10, and practice 1 I actually got P2, but most people were on the harder compound. But we have some news.
Hey, looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
So we have a new rival, it seems, and it is Max Verstappen. Very surprising. I think we're just in front of him in the championship. We're just gonna hear the goals for the qualifying session. And it's 11th and to beat Max Verstappen, well, as usual. But yeah, without further ado, let's go to the qualifying session.
It's late in the evening here in Singapore and it's time for qualifying, so settle down and enjoy the action. This is the kind of track that eats rear tyres for breakfast, or so I'm told by more experienced drivers than myself.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
So here we are in qualifying. I did some laps just after the session started, and we got P9 Massa just behind us in P11, which is a good result for him. But we did not manage to beat Max Verstappen, which is a bit concerning. But let's see in the race if we can continue to be better and try and finish in front of him to gain that bit more reputation from Red Bull as we need. But Felipe Massa as well finished pretty decent. I think Valtteri Bottas finished on pole, not sure. And yeah, the race, I hope it's going to be dry. It's probably going to be dry. Some more resource points. We're losing the rivalry with Max Verstappen, of course, after finishing behind him in qualifying. Team approval seems pretty good.
Hi, guess who?
And everything seems to be good. So
I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck. Take care.
our agent is now talking to us for the goals of the race. But after a long build-up, let's go straight to the race.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Ricciardo, Perez, Ocon, Williams, and Roman Grosjean, Massa, Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, and Alonso, Sainz, Van Dorn, Daniel Kvyat, and Jolyon Palmer, Ericsson, and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Great starting position for us. Let's see if we can improve on that in the race.
So we're just doing our strategy now. We're gonna pit one lap later than our team suggested because we were not gonna lose time as it seemed in this graph, and I wanted to get off to a good start. Push these ultra softs to their max. I was pretty quick on them in practice one, and qualifying was pretty decent as well. I decided to change the setup a bit of the car, and it felt pretty good. But let's go now to the race. It's going to be 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. It's a pretty good start compared to, I think that's Ocon next to us. Down the inside of a couple of cars, we're in P4 exactly. Wow, I did not expect such a great start. There's Ricciardo right behind us. He did pass Bottas, I think that was. Or is Bottas in P1, I'm not sure. But what a great start that was. Passed a couple of cars, definitely better than Ferrari's start the last season. But yeah, if we can keep a good gap to the other runners, it would be good for the race. We are in Rich Mix. We did start in Rich Mix, and it did give us a huge amount of an advantage compared to the other people. What a poor start Ocon had. We definitely had to jump on him, but yeah, this car definitely feels good around this track, even though this is a very aerodynamically structured track. We're still doing good. Couple of laps still left for the pit stop, and yeah, Bottas now repasses Ricciardo for P5. P4 would be amazing for us. I think it wouldn't definitely be the first time we got top 5 this season. And there we go, we completed the first lap. Now skipping to lap 6. There's still a flag. Not sure for who. Jolyon Palmer's out of the race. What a shame for him. Don't know where he started, but still, it's a shame for him. And continuing on now. Lap 7, the next lap this is. I think there are more yellow flags. And now we're going to come into the pits for our first and only pit stop. Brake for the line. Let's hope we have a good pit stop. Well, we usually have a good pit stop with Williams. And it's a great stop. Oh no, oh, we got held up. I think that was one of the Toro Rossos, I think, which we got held up with. We're gonna go out in P7, that is. And just skipping this lap, nothing really happened. I wanted to see, but now we're going to talk with our engineer. He has some information for us.
sat in 6th. Bottas ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 3.
Just some information about the race now.
Super softs. The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 5 laps till the end. We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15
So that was just an update for the race. I really should just show you guys a lot of this race because really nothing really happened after the first few laps. It was just a really lonely drive. We are on P6 and yellow flags now. I'm not sure why. And I think it was Alonso. I knew my teammate actually retired, and then Alonso retired right after him. The two oldies, I can say, retired with each other, but this is the last lap of the race. I just want to see you guys the whole lap. So braking to turn 1, flipping that curve there, going a bit wide there into that corner, but continuing on this lap. Brake here, very fast right-hander here, love this corner, keep the car up to pace, going up to Rich now here, getting some good speed, brake now, look at the car to the left-hander here, another right-hander coming up, didn't touch the curb that time, really useful to touch the curb, another one here, perfectly made corner. And here now where the silvers, I forgot where the Singapore sling was, I'm not sure, but getting us close to the wall there as you can dare. Kimi Räikkönen wins the race. We're gonna still concentrate on this lap, getting as wide as possible, almost lost the car there. Heavy braking down to this corner, clip the curve, try and clip the other curve as well. Getting as wide as possible. You can see the fireworks there greeting us as we're going to complete this lap. Very quick under the tunnel there. This is my favorite couple of corners as well. You can see sliding almost to the right corner. And this is a very quick last part of the track. And there we have it. P6 for the Singapore Grand Prix.
Win then for the Maranello team today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Probably Danny Kvyat. The young Russian has a lot to live up to, and I think he did just that today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So there you have it, guys. P6 for the Singapore Grand Prix. Pretty boring race at the last few laps. It was pretty exciting in the first lap and after a pit stop, but then it seemed to calm down. Really did not see anybody at the last few laps, but I still hope you guys enjoyed this race and this video. Continue to lose on to Verstappen, but yeah, if you did enjoy this video guys, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.